Lizard.
Celebloom is here first.
Lizard.
Ian Oramus just claimed second.
Okie dokie. I'm feeling a little bit metal just because lo-fi is not cutting it for my chillness right now. It's not. So, sorry, but we're going to do a little bit of Hollow Knight, but it's metal instead, and see where we go. It does need to get turned down in my ear a little bit. Just a smidge. Just a smidgen. All right. Thoughts and opinions. I'm going to put this high roller on a platform. Do I make a small platform out of styrofoam like this? Or do I try to make a wooden dock for him to stand on out of popsicle sticks and styrofoam? And then have this be like a sea. So he'll be standing out here screaming at the ocean. I feel like I almost want to do the other thing. Because if I do it this way, we put a lot of this down here in the center, and then we drop him down, and then we get our dice all around him. And then we have a cat come inspect it. Does it meet your expectations, my love? Do I have stuff in the wrong spot? Well, hello to you too. Okay, goodbye. So long, and thank you for the fish. That's kind of where my thoughts thinking or leaning a little bit on this guy is to go that way, and then you can kind of stack the dice up. Oh God. Oh God. Come back here. And then you get your dice stacked up pretty high. And then we do one big epoxy pour on top of it. I think I'm going to go that way. Any thoughts or opinions? Meow. What's up? Well, what do you mean, meow? Hi. Hello. Greetings and salutations, my love. What's up? What? Sorry. Sorry. Can we not bop the mic, please? Can we not bop the mic? I love you greatly, but let's not bop the mic. Okay. I'm going to let that idea simmer. I think I'm leaning towards build up a mud pile and call it a day. We build a mud pile. Boom. Oh, we live. We live. Thank you. And then we move this way. What? 50 wild streams. Uh-oh. Wait, were you lurking when you had your trafficker? Oh, wow. Oh, naughty, naughty, naughty. Naughty, naughty, naughty. Antifreeze, welcome in. Enjoy your lurk. Be safe. Hi. How are you? Can I help you? Cool deal, my friend. Cool deal. Be safe in it. I have got to get through her, and then I get to be through. Hey, we're not biting on that. We're not biting on that, my sweet. How are you? Hi. 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 How are you? Yes, hello. Hello, my gorgeous. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Who's my sweetie? Who's my sweetie? Hi. No. What you doing? Huh? What's up? Vintage Wizard, welcome in. How are you doing this eve? How fare thee? Listening to some metal acoustic music and painting right now. Ba- Enjoy the late dinners. Enjoy them late dinners. Oh, heck. Heckin' dinner took you a heckin' second. Kato is hanging out. Oh, she wants to be near, so we'll let her be the nears. It was going to be a venison this, and then it turned into a venison that, and you go, well, sandwich is sandwich. Feel like I want to be a well. There is that, Kel. There is that. When you really want that cold sandwich and you're stuck with the hot one, I can understand the frustration. But I also kind of want to be Mr. Incredible and shout, "Sandwich is sandwich." I'll be honest with you, I'm not a mayo fan. I grew up. Mayo became one of my trauma foods that I've never been able to go back and eat. Um, and I really dislike it because everybody today is like, "We have an aioli." I'm like, I'm gonna pass because they're usually mayonnaise aiolis. It's like I don't want that. They're like, but it's super good. I'm like, not really. Yeah, put up there, sweetie. I love you. You want to say hello to Kelly? Want to give a hello? You want to say hello to Kelly? Can we say hello? Can we say hello? Still my brush. Still my brush. This has been darkness, Payne's gray, silver gray, and clouds, sunray. My shadow has been darkness and Payne's gray, and then using silver gray as to lighten up, and then using sunray as my highest high to get something that looks like that. I kind of like the blue blackness of it. You can skip out, or if you wanted to do just darkness and Payne's gray, you could. Darkness and silver gray, I'm sorry. The Payne's gray got stuck in there somehow. I don't remember how I stuck it in there, but it's kind of been hanging out on the palette, so. Been keeping it a boot. Just to kind of help keep it with that blue tint. The dwarf on my Instagram is more darkness and sunray than anything. I mean, at some point, Cal, I feel like melted cheese plus toasted bread plus meat is always a good combination. Hi, can I help you? That's see now that's one of the things that I'm kind of getting frustrated about with this year so far is that we don't have super cold weather yet, and we've been bouncing between like 70. So we'll bounce like a weekend on like 30, and then we'll go back to like 70. And then we'll go back to 30, and then we'll go back to 70. And I'm like, are you serious? And I'm like, I really, 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 really want a cold weekend so I can make a soup or a stew or a chili or something. But it's like, nah, bro. Here's 70 degrees. I'm like, cool, thanks. I'd really like you to chill out and cool off weather. Yeah. And it's like, oh, now we're stuck in the 80s. I'm like, but where did my winter go? And now that she's walked away, I can do this really quick. I know. Um, For you, Vintage Wizard, this is what the other recipe I've loosely based this current version off of. This is essentially darkness and white, or darkness and sunray going up together. Um, I've also done this, which is a lot of morning sky and blues and purples and whites mixing together. Yeah. Or this guy is essentially phthalo blue, black, and white. I've experimented with a number of ideas. I've kind of been leaning a little bit more towards the blue on the blue steel rather than a cleaner steel sometimes. Like I liked this steel here. Feels very warm and nice. And then his armor was high polished and cold. I didn't get a chance to get any feedback on him from ReaperCon, but and then we're kind of going somewhere in between now with what I'm working on. I experiment a lot with non-metallic metal. I mix it up every time. I don't think I've painted it the same. I usually start with the black undercoat, and then my first coat will be kind of like a darkness, Payne's gray sort of deal, and then slowly work my way up that way. I've started trying to get into the idea of sketching out my highest highs and then putting my midtones and then blending in between. And it kind of gets you somewhere a little bit closer. And you can kind of futz with it going in that left and right that way. So for like him, it's just pure black right now. And I got like his shoulders. I would start with a full darkness, Payne's gray. You can use a bigger brush. And then that kind of dark blue essentially starts the where my shadow wants where I want to keep my shadows. And then as much as it's going to pain me to say it, I'm going to swap this around really quick because I'm actually kind of having fun with the idea. Works for myself and helps my brain a little bit more. Here we go. Completely missed his hand when I was doing the skin tone. Whoops. So now that we've established the base coat, we get our brightest high. We say, okay, what is this shape? This is a cylinder, so I need to edge highlight this. this, that, tab a dot, put a line. What's up, Ginger? How was your 48-hour stream? I'm doing all right. I just had one of my days and trying to mentally recoup from it. All right, so for this guy, so we recoup by painting miniatures and herpa-derping through our non-metallic metal because that's what I like to do. So this is essentially going to be white right through there. And then I need to get a mid-tone, which is going to be just my silver gray. Just a hint of Payne's gray in there. It goes, Hootie. How goes you? It goes, Hootie. How goes you? And now this can be silver gray and either darkness or a little bit of Payne's gray. And that becomes the beginning of my non-metallic metal. Some bugbears. I painted this guy back in 2020, and I've slowly been working on repainting the. I wanted to paint some bugbears, or I wanted to paint something simple, a little bit on stream. And just be chill. But chill. I was like, don't go super hard on something. Oh, you're welcome, Vintage. I was in a bus painting class with Bryce and Lane at ReaperCon, and that was one of the things that they were talking about. You know, when you start by sketching everything, and then once you sketch it in, essentially it becomes glazing in between your layers to remove that hard layer line, right? So I can glaze with some ability, but most of my glaze is accidental. Whoops, that's 1,000 layers we're going to throw on that one. Um, paint sketching is what I'm actively like. My brain is actively thinking about, and it's like you will do this. So now it's figure out a way to glaze in between your layers and then create separations of the darkness. I feel like that should be.
Oh, thank you, Core Gaming, coming in with the awesome people.
NPC Wargaming, welcome in. Bow, bow, bow. How are you doing? Another day that ends with Y. We have our fun. Just chilling. Just chill stream. I'm doing great. We're working on some bugbears. So we have
Someone just followed. Who is that? Bugging me foot.
Bug on my foot. Thank you for the follow. So we have this bugbear that we've kind of worked on a little bit. And I kind of liked how he turned out. And his non-metallic turned out. So I was like, oh, we're going to do the rest of them like that. Started doing her shield. And someone asked a question. I was like, you know what would be fun? Just to do a pauldron right now. Play with some fun little shapes. It's random D&D miniature that I wanted to paint. I primed them up one day and said, yeah, we're going to paint them. I should have an elevator pitch. Yeah, these are from Reaper Miniatures. And I've just decided to go like obscenely hard on them. Usually with me, yes it is. On Saturdays, I've been working on this lovely lady from Chimera, the Fall Archer, Elwyn, or Elian. Yeah. Eliania. Painting up her. On Friday, I do cute things, or I paint cute things to offset the horrors of Monday. And we've been working on this Fey Dragon that we've been keeping in clear shots and using the clears to kind of help keep the story together. Thank you for that raid at PC Wargaming. You have a great night. Be safe, enjoy, and I hope you have an amazing dinner. Post-stream snack or whatever it is. It is always important. Snack well. What were you working on during your 48 hours, Jinja? It was a big mamba jamba, I remember that. Ba, ba. Beastarium display piece called Beast Slayer. Was that from Mindworks or 3D print? Ah. I will not be at Adepticon in March. I have a screaming project at work that requires my full-time attention, and I did not appropriately budget for doing 2 conventions. I will probably do ReaperCon again this year. I am racking my brain at what I want to enter for that painting competition right now, so I can start having it so I don't burn myself out. The Archer that I've been working on Saturdays. She broke my brain a little bit when I was working on her, trying to clean it up and get it ready. That's why she didn't get entered at ReaperCon, and it was Galen on Gripox that ended up making it in. The pelvis, yeah. Don't know what that is actually supposed to be, but it is Pulvis. It's a gorgeous figure. It's just the cleanup of it was just mind breaking for me. How you doing, Mama Lion? What do you mean? How was it? Okay, there's a story here. I want to know how the Mama Lion broke Jinja. I can't spell what I was pronouncing. Really? Really? Did No Mana get a clip of this? Mama Leon? Mommy Leon? I kind of like it. Mammal. Oh, welcome in, Mammal Ion. Thanks. Good evening, Lion. How are you doing?
Emotional damage.
Momolian 2022 requested dad joke.
Really? Now you're not going to work? You worked at the beginning of stream, but now you're not going. Okay, whatever. POS. A woman's on trial. A woman is on trial for beating her husband to death with his guitar collection. Judge says, first offender? She says, no, first a Gibson, then a Fender. It is bad. It's just, it's actually kind of like one of those is like, oh, you actually did go research guitars for that. Got it. Thank you for that stretch, Pukro. Um, so to answer that question, Vintage, the easiest way to explain it is to use my thumb. So when you're painting with glazes, you can see how thin it is, just like that. I don't know if I would want to have it that thick, so I should add some more water or thinning agent to where it's kind of like that. And that last deposit, you can see the line starting to form right there. That's what I really, really wanted to do because I want to pull down towards whatever I want to glaze. Like this shadow color right here, to smooth out that line, I want to come down this way a little bit more. And if I swatch over to black and white, you can kind of see like that super shiny bit where I was painting. And you can kind of, if you don't like it and you want to move it further down, you kind of want to keep moving down and down. That way you're not uh, what's the word I'm looking for? You're not, you don't want the paintbrush to end up the where you want your highest, where you want your lowest low to be. Um, like if I want to come up the other way, you get your silver gray, or you get your glaze color that you're using. Oh, to answer your other question, use the side of your brush, not the tip. I like doing that when I'm glazing because it helps give a nice even uh, coat over it. So if I take the silver gray, thin it down some more, you can start to see a little bit, but then a harsh line where my brush actually stops. So I want to go this way with my glaze now. And you want to pull away from or towards whatever you're trying to get towards. And then you see it and you're like, oh, that looks way too bright. Put it down for a second. Rinse your brush. Stretch. Oh. Oh, Lordy. And you come back to it and you go, that's not that bad. But you can kind of see. So when you're glazing, the underlayer matters a little bit more. When you're working as thin as you want to be, right? Like that's the only thing that you can't be told exactly what's the correct ratio for painting. Like I know that white is way too high. Like if I just draw a line, it instantly stands out. Like that's not where I want to be. I want to go a little bit thinner. And I'm seeing it on my palette. It looks almost like a puddle of water that's barely holding together. But as you glaze, you can futz it together. So if I wanted to come up here I wanted to smooth out this piece a little bit. And then you end up like that. And then you go, okay, now repeat it 4 more times. You're welcome. You're welcome. My advice is always free. Whether it's useful or not, I cannot tell you. All right, playlist may have started looping, and we'll find a new one in a second. Greetings to you, Michael Paints Minis. I hope you are doing well. How are you surviving the day? Swell. I'm getting kind of tired of surviving, Michael. I want to start thriving a little bit again. Can I please have one of those thrivings? Well, I don't know if I want to keep it. I just kind of had one of my mornings and days, and I had my scatterbrain. We almost had us a building stream as I was pondering what I want to do with my D20 pirate. Frogstein! I did not forget to reach out to you, Frog. I had a day, and my day started at 9 o'clock with a 3-hour phone call. Finally got to have lunch, and I was like, okay, I'm going to sit over here now in silence until stream. Can we not have knits days? Like, is there a way to uncode those days? Oh, Ginger. I bought myself some rosemary and co brushes. As that's kicking. White Defender by Reese, RYS. It's a Hollow Knight but metal playlist. I have them. I was just waiting for ads to pass. Um, so they did not have all natural hairs. They had the red dot spotters. They did have some natural hairs. Like I got this guy, which is natural hair. Sable. And I do have a couple of sable ones. I like them. Um, I've really enjoyed this spotter brush though. I don't for base coating. This thing has been like amazing. It's red dot. Red dot is their synthetic blend though. It's not a sable. It's not a pure hairbrush. Um, so I called the guys over in Texas. The lady, what's her name, at Wind River Arts, and they remade one of the miniature paint sets from Rosemary & Co. as this. And they swapped out the pure brushes for the synthetic ones where they could. This brush for base coating has been like phenomenal. I've done a lot of base coating with this brush, and it holds a decent tip. It's not the best. It is curling like a synthetic would. This red dot one, it's hard to tell, but you can kind of tell it started to curl. But it's held a point far better than other ones. And then this pointed round Series 301, I believe it's natural hair, just by the color. It's been nice to use. I have no complaints over my purchase. And getting to talk to the lady was really nice. She was super nice on the phone. Yeah. Like if I ever want to order another set of brushes, I will definitely order from them again. Because her and her husband Chuck are really awesome people. Mary and Chuck. That's their names. Um, well, I bought them for myself as a present. And that set of brushes that I bought was nearly $70. Yeah. I don't like I haven't minded using the red dot for like base coating. But if I have to do fine detail, I don't think I'll be using the red dots. Hmm. Have fun in your class, Fanty. Be safe. And when you're back, I can tell you about the flat iron pepper. Holy cow, that shit was. That boot camp is insane, man. Like, my hat's off to you, brother. What's up, Tiny? How are you? We got a pretty fun chat going tonight with Ginger Beef, our love and savior. I'm doing all right. We've worked up the shoulder pad. You can drop Instagram links in chat, Tiny. You should be safe. He did a beefcake luchador wrestler. I only have it in his DMs, in my DMs, so. It's all ginger, though. That's what happens, Michael, when you don't put enough yeast in it. It gets too hard. Doesn't rise enough. um, Gingerbread is a shortbread dough, so I wouldn't be using yeast anyway. But I feel like there's still a component for it to rise somewhere in there, or a component for it to do something, because they shouldn't be super stiff. Like if you actually let them hang out in the air and soften up, they are quite delicious. I do. I really like chincha snaps. Wait, what? She's going to use the hand drill. Oh, my mom's going redneck mode. Sorry, you and Tiny's names are the exact same colors. So I was like I associated the colors with the names, Jay. And I'm like, what does yeast and hand drill and sandpaper to do with fake nails? Like my brain is not computing right now. Now I understand. Now I get it. It's a different person using a different conversation. Yeah, Mammal Ion, let's go.
Emotional damage.
Hootie_hoot_ requested dad joke.
Why did the house go to the doctor? It was having window panes. Just me. Just me. I'm pretty sure it's just me. What you need, Tiny? No. Instantly no trust. Instantly no trust. So your mom's going full redneck mode, Jay, and that means getting the hand drill and sandpaper? That does not sound too redneckish to me. Okay. I yeah. God damn it. So I have this, Jay, which is an electric nail drill, which has like all of the little polishing bits and sanding things. Why is it so weird that your mom's going to use the drill and drill bit? That's why I'm like, okay. I mean, now I have a feeling it's going to go horribly wrong if she's using like an actual drill, and I don't see it ending well. And I could see that being the redneck moment. Going, you might be a Canadian moose if you use a real drill to remove your nails. I don't know the Canadian redneck version, but you can't have redneck. That's a Southern thing, and you're not Southern enough. What would it be? I'm a Canadian tosser or hoser? Same shit. We're practically from the same province. I feel like you're not from the same province, though. Oh, floof about and foof and find out about eh? Where? She's not anywhere. Parabellum War Games. Why do I know that one? Conquest. That's what it is. Don't they do quite a bit of work with Lion? Not the Lion Creative. Walter's Workshop. So you get to do some painting for them? That's awesome. Oh, so it's like a disorganized games workshop. Got it. Remember, if the mama needs a safe word, she just needs to use it and we'll have an intervention about you and army painting. Or you might need to buy her a new dating sim. That was the army before the vampires. Good evening, Grey Wolf. To be fair, neither am I. This is the most batch painting I've done all year was these guys. That and the orcs that I did earlier this year. I like mixing up what I'm doing, but at the same time, I don't know if I enjoy painting this stuff as much. But then again, I'm also painting it like super complicated. Oh, son of a bitch, I forgot to paint that whole side of the hammer. Is it high noon? What is a gambler's favorite time of day? 10 to 1. Yeehaw. I like that. Be safe, Ginger. Enjoy. Relax. Be awesome. Oh, Lordy. Someone needs Mrs. Ginger Beef time. It's all the talk of yeast. Warm bread makes everybody want to have a chocolate. What's up, King? How are you? Feeling okay? Feeling better? You managed to avoid the plague? Okay. We're doing all right. We're feeling a lot better. It was one of those days at work. I screamed at my computer monitors a lot. Managed to make it to stream and had an amazing chat with Tiny, Jinja. Unexpected popped in. Froggenstein's here. Katie Lou is up to 50 stream streak, which I find absolutely flabbergasting. We have the Lions in chat as well, which is always a welcome and amazing time. I hadn't gotten to you guys yet. Talks of jambalaya. Uh, I had a so in Discord under the food channel. I went to the meat market last Friday, and the guys there got me a spice rack or a spice thing from Flatiron or Fat Iron, I believe is the name. It's really good because it's like all pepper. So like they have like a hatch green chili. They have like a red one which is habanero something else, and I know habanero's in there. So I used it this weekend when I was making my chicken, made some pork chops with it. It was delicious. Loved it. It was like, this is great. I'm going to mix some in to my rice and quinoa and lentil dish along with season my chicken with it. So I go to eat it today and I'm chomping down. I'm like happy as a clam. Yeah, this is good. This is spicy. This is just right. I bite down on something and it's just pure spice. Like 100% slap you in the face. You better get water immediately. I was like, whoops. Might have shaken a little too hard. Just a little too hard. But it was still delicious. Okay, let me finish up the hammer bit. And we're going to kind of move on from him for a little bit. And return back to her and her shield. Punch cards to be a better you. How can you be a better you with punch cards? Do you hand them to somebody and say, I would like to punch you because you've done something silly? Ah, I understand that. It's yeah. It's a memory we don't always like, but I often joked with a former partner about the same thing. They're like, it's dumb because it's never going to work. I'm like, you're going to do it anyway, right? Yeah. Um, one of my previous partners was really frustrated with their weight, so they often had issues working out or like creating the habit. It might be me looking away incorrectly. Um, and the mic just all of this me going from full on voice to mumbly voice, as I will do from time to time. Uh, Let me know if you dropped. Everything looks green over here. Ah, okay. Um, yeah, let me know when you're stable and I can tell you the story if you want. Okay. Fox behind the tree. How was your stream? Did you do all the cute things? I could see Repo being one of those games that burns you out. Like, I see the appeal of it, I just don't see the long-term appeal of it. Is all. Bug ball, yeah. Welcome back, King. So the story I was going to tell is I had my previous partner, one of my previous partners. We were chatting and talking about like rewards and systems and things like that. They're like, I really want to buy this thing, but I need to do stuff. And I'm like, you can make a reward for yourself, similar to what you're doing, right? So if you can paint the bag, do the thing, and they're like, well, I'm going to buy the nail polish anyway. I go, yes, you are. However, make it the reward for doing the thing you need to be doing, right? Don't make it the reward for doing something unique and complex. Make it the reward for something you want to do anyway. Yeah. And that's the point that I was trying to get at with her. And she's like, why weren't you like this when we were together the first time? I'm like, it's because you didn't want to listen to me then. Because that's, thank you for that follow. That's where some of that came from. And I was like, just, yeah. Yeah. And I mean, that's what it is so I pondered doing it again this year. I've done it in years past, or I tried to do it. And I think I've kind of burned myself out on the idea is one year, I decided that I would break up because we were talking about year-end goals, different partner altogether when I was having this conversation, is that we were talking about like, how do you push yourself to improve at like your hobby or improve at something that you normally wouldn't do? And I was like, oh, well, what if I took 12 miniatures, right? And I set them aside. And I said, these are the 12 miniatures I'm going to spend a month on. And I'm going to go as hard as I can and knock it out of the park. Like, I want to go super hard on them. I want to make it like everything. It is you have your only limitation is that you have to do it. And it was a great idea. And somebody like I posted the idea in Discord at the time. I wasn't quite paints yet, but I picked a really large miniature and a small one. Well, you keep working at it, and it'll get slick eventually. So this is one of the pieces that I worked on back then, right? This was like a big war mammoth from Reaper 5. I loved this mammoth. To this day I look back at it and I'm like, I have not topped myself with it yet. So massive. The trunk, the skin, the fur, the non-metallic metal, like all of the chonkiness about it fits and it jives, and I went as hard as I could at the time with it. Sketched in and made like leather texture, tried to do like bone and ivory, mixed it up on a couple of different pieces. You know, this was like one of the very first pieces that I ever worked on that I went that hard on. And I look at it and I go, huh, it's not that bad now. But it, you know, it's like one of those things that you get to do that, right? Like you set it aside and you go super hard. So like the differences of where you can be. But yeah, you know, and that was like a really great idea. And I tried to do it more than once. It's just it's not one that always works for me now. I need after this year I might try to do it again and see how it works out. But you keep working at it and eventually it'll get better. But that was like the idea I had with one partner. Oh. We're going to pause ads and go for another 5 minutes before we put up the rate out timer and go see our friend Chimera. Facts. No printers, only facts. And welcome in, Tolls. Very much glad you stopped in on my little corner of the internet here. We were just talking about like rewards and stuff like that and sharing stories. Or I was sharing stories of mine. But I did that, and then I think the year after I ended up losing that partner, so I haven't been super keen on trying it again, but I think I should. I almost started it again this year, but I just didn't want to do it. If I do it again, I might try to recruit as many people as I can and just have them pick out like that one thing. I can do whatever I want whenever I want, King. I am my own boss. You are correct. It's one of those that it's an old memory. I can start off the year being a nice person, or I can be the whole problem. You can hootie. can be the prop or you can be a hootie. Pick. You are correct, though. But those ideas, you know, stuff like that for like an atomic habit really do sit with me. And I enjoy them quite a bit. Hi. Can I help you? Yep. She woke up from her nap and came over to my side of the desk. Hi. How are you, my sweet? Huh? What's up? Hi. Hello. All right. Oh, God. Oh, I have one more snooze. I can use that. Yay. All right. Countdown. Cancel. 10. We're going to toss up our raid timer. We usually go right into our good friend Chimera paints. Yeah. So we did a lot of work on him tonight and got his shoulder pad and his weapon looking good. I wanted to try to get 2 of these done, but got sidetracked a little bit along the way. Something happened. And I'm definitely saving this playlist because I am enjoying the metal. Hi. Oh, I had a question, King, since you're about. All right. So I have 2 ideas. This is where my stream started this evening. So idea 1, I'm going to get my base out here. Let me zoom this out. I needed the victory and then we had that kind of day. So I have this Pirate D20 that I haven't painted yet. And I was pondering when I put them on the base to do just like a mounted, son of a biscuit. Do like a mound of like rock dirt, put him on top of that, and then get dice to kind of be coming up like the ocean. Or we build him a little dock out of popsicle sticks and foam. King, remember, You're probably right, but I have more dice that I can go through and pick out. I was at a convention and I saw Chessex. We might have enough, maybe. We do a lot of clack clack rock. But I'm kind of leaning towards that the mud pile. Yes. I just grabbed a handful of dice and dumped them out and said, yep, that works for the conversation. Hi. Hello. How are you? Hmm? No. God, no. I dumped a bunch of dice out and said, yep. But I'm thinking I want to do something like that, use the D10s, percentiles, and D4s. And I stack them up and you can kind of mix them. And I have some epoxy that I was going to pour on top of it to get it to lock into place. Hi. Oh, yeah. We're going to try many things. What's up, sweetie? Hi. How are you? How was your day? Aggressive bonk. Who's my sweetie? Who's my pretty kitty? I love her. You want to say hi to Jay? Can we get another Mew Mew? Meow meow. 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 Yes, you're my sweet. I like that you have one smoky nail, by the way. Exclamation playlist. King. I just set it to Smart Shuffle, is where I started. So it's the Hollow Knight OST, but it's metal. And then I said Smart Shuffle, and it started adding in songs. Yeah. I really, really like the metal versions of some of the Hollow Knight songs. Like, I really dig that stuff. And that's where my night started. There's two bands. One of them's on YouTube only. I don't think he has a Spotify page. but he definitely was crushing it. Hi. So then it had repeated once or twice already, and I decided to say it. Smart shuffle. Hey, hey. And went from there. Hey, 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 that is mine. The Dark Lord, thank you for that follow. Sorry, my cat's deciding she wants to chew on the styrofoam that's in this little box. Stop. Thank you. No, no, no. This is not yours to chew on. All right. You tried to eat a paperclip earlier today. Please stop. All right, you going away? All right. Thank you. Oh, crap. A couple more minutes. Jay, you're absolutely right. I do need to do that because I do need to get to sleep. I did not sleep well last night, but that's my own fault. Nobody else's. Keyboard, where did you go? You are down here. I need you up here. We go rate a channel. Uh, well, you know what? We haven't seen him since the new year, but we're going to go check out our friend Chimera Paints Minis. And we're going to push start raid. And we're going to go over and check him out. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you all for sticking through it. I hope you had a great and wonderful Monday back at work. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be amazing. And Tuesday is going to be just as awesome. We will return on Wednesday and we'll go back to our board game stuff and we'll do some Borderline stuff more than likely. So let's all go have fun. Say hello to our good friend Compare Mates Pennies. And, you know, say hi.